Most people starting a cleaning business try to be the cheapest option in their area, but it destroys their profit margins before they even get off the ground. When I first started, I was discounting my services just to get sales, and I realized I was leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month. But after scaling to 40K plus per month and helping others build $10,000 to $20,000 per month remote cleaning businesses, I learned that premium pricing is actually easier to sell than cheaper pricing when you understand your lifetime value and position yourself correctly. So today, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process I use to price cleaning services so you can charge premium rates, win more business, and actually make money instead of just staying busy. So here's the problem. Most people price based on feelings instead of data. They guess what sounds reasonable. They either end up pricing too cheaply or randomly expensive without any real strategy behind it. This is exactly what I did wrong in the beginning. I had no idea what the market was actually paying, so I just threw out numbers that felt safe, which meant I was always discounting. So let me walk you through that market research process that actually changed everything for me. First, you need to find 5 to 10 competitors in your area. I'm talking about real competitors, not just anyone with a cleaning business, but companies that are actually professional and established. From each competitor, you're collecting 3 key pieces of data. 1, their prices for all their service packages. 2, their extras and add-ons, and 3, any specials or offers or discounts that they're currently running. Okay, so I'm walking you through an example here. This is what, market research really looks like at a high level. You're going to have different markets that you're looking at or different subsections of the market. Within that, you're going to be calling various companies and getting that information like I just mentioned. So if I look at this, there's a couple different things. I'm looking at different qualitative metrics that I'm trying to find out about each market, what are specific to them, and factors that I'm considering when making this decision. But on top of that, I'm calling and getting all this information from the actual companies themselves for this price point, right? That's how I'm actually able to determine how much they're charging, what prices, what discounts they have, and any kind of, specials that I might need to be aware of. And through that, I'm also having like customer service notes, right? So like how responsive are they? What's their customer service experience? How professional are they, right? I'm getting all the information so I can make an informed decision, and I'm getting 5 to 10 like I mentioned before. This is crucial if you want to actually have confidence when you're looking at pricing your services. So once you get that information, you've really got 2 things. Quantitative numbers, that'll tell you what you get paid, what your cleaners get paid, what your profit margin is, right? This ultimately tells you whether the numbers actually work. Then you're going to get qualitative information. This is customer service, responsiveness, communication style. This is where you can differentiate between your service and their service and see what your competitive advantage can be from a customer service standpoint. And here's why this matters so much. More profit means that you have more room for error. Less profit means you're basically walking a tightrope where one bad month can put you in the red or can kill your business. So you need to know these numbers before you start, not after you're already struggling. And here's where your positioning goal comes from this research. Don't try to be the cheapest option. Position yourself as a premium option. Remember, you're not selling cleaning. You're selling time back to busy professionals who will value convenience and reliability over saving $20. Now let's talk about the confidence problem. When you haven't done your pricing homework, you discount just to get sales, which kills your profit margins. So this is exactly what happened to me in my first month. I kept discounting because I wasn't really certain about my pricing. Looking back, I should have just sold my services at the price I initially set, which would have naturally attracted the right customer instead of bargain hunters. So let me show you the framework that changed everything, the lifetime value model. All right, guys, we're gonna walk through this calculator example. This will help you understand what lifetime value really is and how impactful it can be for your business, okay? So in this example, let's just assume that you've got a $200 clean. This person, you clean their place 2 times a month, okay? Every other week, you're basically at their house. They pay you $200 and you send cleaners there. From there, this is really how the math breaks down so you can understand this. So from the cleaning price, we pay our cleaners about half the amount, but we're gonna just put our numbers to work here, 50%, which means you as a business make $100 every time you show up to that person's house. From there, the lifetime value means we're taking into consideration every single time we go to this person's house, right? So if on average we retain clients for about 5 months, that would mean we showed up 10 times, right? So within those 10 cleanings, if we were to add all of that together, that's going to give us our lifetime value, which is in this green box, $1,000. Okay, so this isn't even for half a year. Right? So if we get a client that's willing to pay us $200 every time we go there twice a week, they're going to end up paying us multiple thousands of dollars a year. Within 5 months, they're basically paying us $1,000. What I'm trying to show you here is the real driver in this business comes from the recurring revenue aspect, not the one-time sale aspect. So you can see the beauty of, we have many of these clients, this income is coming in every single month, right? And that really starts to build predictability and growth within your company. So that is where your recurring revenue strategy comes in. You lead with one-time cleans to get them them in the door or special recurring packages, and then you're transitioning everybody to these types of recurring commitments. Here's why this works so well. One-time cleanings are obviously a grind where you're constantly hunting for new customers. Recurring builds predictable revenue that compounds month over month. So when you understand that a $200 monthly client is actually worth thousands of dollars in their lifetime, suddenly charging premium price becomes easy because you know the math works. By the way, if you want to work with me and my team on a one-on-one basis where I'll get you my complete system for building a remote cleaning business that generates over $10,000 per month in 120 days or less, click the first link in the description below to see if you'd be a good fit. Now, here's what happens when you start charging premium prices. You're going to start getting objections, and you need objection handling scripts ready because without them, you'll panic and lower your price when someone pushes back. But here's the thing, objections are actually good. They mean the person is engaged and they're interested. They're giving you the opportunity to reinforce your value and close at a premium price. So let me walk you through 3 of the most common objections and exactly how to handle them. So the first objection is typically, I need to think about it, right? This is usually about an unspoken concern that they're not telling you. And here's exactly what I would say. Totally understand. That makes sense. Just out of curiosity, what are the specific things that you need to think about? Maybe I can address them right now while we're talking. So this works because it gets them to reveal their real concerns so you can solve them on the spot instead of losing momentum on the call. Objection number 2, I need to talk to my spouse, right? So there's usually a hidden concern underneath this objection. And here's my response. Of course, I totally understand. Just curious. When you talk to them, what do you think they'll say? What concerns might they have? And here's the psychology. Whatever they say their spouse will think is usually what they're already thinking themselves. So now you can address the real objection. If they genuinely need to consult their spouse, you can obviously set a specific follow-up time for a quick call after they discuss. And the third objection is, you're too expensive. I found someone cheaper. This is where most people panic and discount, but it's actually an opportunity to reinforce your premium positioning. First, acknowledge their concern, then ask what prices they're comparing to. This reveals if their cheaper option is actually comparable or if they're just cutting corners on insurance, background checks, vetting, quality. Then I reframe the value as, here's what you're getting with our premium service that cheaper options do not. They don't provide background check cleaners. They don't have a full sourcing for the best cleaning talent in the area. They don't have insurance. They don't have a 100% satisfaction guarantee where if anything goes wrong, you give us a call. They don't have consistent quality control after every single cleaning. The cheap option might save you $40 today, but what it's costing you is risk, inconsistency, and hassle for letting someone in your most prized possession, your house. And I use the hotel analogy. There's a difference between a 1-star and a 5-star hotel. Both give you a bed, but the experience is completely different. And a quick note here, here's something important. If someone is purely price shopping and will always choose the cheapest option, they're not going to be your ideal client anyway, right? So walk away. When your pricing is fair based on research and the lifetime value model, you don't need to convince anybody. You need to find the right people who value you for what you provide. Now, if you want my complete system for building a remote cleaning business from 0 to 10K per month in 120 days, including the exact pricing frameworks and sales scripts you saw in this video, click the first link in the description below to learn more, and I'll see you over there.